Hey, what's up guys? Today I want to show you how to do something different. I'm gonna do a spot repair on this door on the bottom. Now it has a real small dimple at the bottom of the door that the owner noticed and wasn't very happy with. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fix that little dimple, and then I'm gonna use this body line right here to tape up and just fix the bottom of this door. And let's go. You see that right there? That little dimple is what I have to fix. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fix this little dimple right here. I'm gonna block it out with a little bit of 400, and then I'm gonna finish everything off with 1000 and go across the bottom of the door with some 1000. I'm gonna use this body line to tape off the rest of the door. Okay, so these are all the tools that I'm gonna be using to do this job. What I have here is a 3-inch hard block that I'm gonna be using this 400 grit paper with. This is long board paper. Then I'm going to use my DA with some 600 paper to feather out whatever I did with the 400, and then I'm going to finish everything off with some DA 1000 paper. Okay, now I got my sandpaper on my block. I'm going to go ahead and start blocking out this little dent. It's a very small divot. I just want to flatten out the area around the little divot to make sure that the high spots are removed. Make sure to keep the block completely flat. Don't angle it. You want to make sure that you're sanding properly and flat. You don't want to dig into it any more than it already is. So you want to make sure that you're properly feathering the paint that was on here prior to doing this, especially when you see breakthrough spots like this with metal. You want to make sure that the paint is properly feathered so that way there's not too much material around this dent causing it to look like another dent. It can actually look like another dent if this material around it isn't properly feathered. By blocking it with a hard block, I'm able to properly block out the material evenly and feather it properly. Now the way you can tell something is feathered properly is if you see a couple of rings that indicate that the material has moved back enough so that you see the material that's underneath each layer. When you're looking for your paint to be properly feathered in a spot like this where I have this dent, I'm looking for rings around each layer being further and further back. So hopefully the camera picks this up. So if you see here, I have 1 layer, 2 layers, and then 3 layers. That is basically what you want to see all around it so that it's properly feathered. Now I'm going to go ahead and get some spot putty and put it in this spot to fill this area in. Okay, so the spot putty I'm going to be using it's a Spies-Heckers brand, because that's the brand that we use at my job. And all you have to do is apply it and give it at least 5 to 10 minutes to dry properly. And what I'm going to be using to apply it is just simply a razor blade. That's all you need. This is a very small fix, and it's not a very big deal, so it's not like I'm doing body work. But I'm gonna be using this fine putty, this razor blade, apply a decent amount, not too much, because if you apply too much, it will not dry because it doesn't use any hardeners. So all you want is a nice thin coat. If you have to recoat it, just recoat it. Don't try to put a very heavy coat because it won't dry properly. All right, so that's basically how I applied my foam putty. I applied it on the spot where the little dimple dent was, and now I'm gonna go ahead and sand this. I'm gonna sand it again with my 400 on this hard block, And then I'm gonna feather everything all around here. I'm gonna hit this whole area that I hit with the 400. I'm gonna hit this whole area with 600 and then go across the door with the 1000 and start masking everything up. And you see that? How the spot putty stayed in that area? That's what you wanna see. Okay, you see this? That's exactly what you wanna see. You see that the spot putty filled in that small little dimple where the dent was? That's what you wanna see, and that's good enough. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and feather this whole area with some 600, especially where the 400 grit touched the paint. And then I'm gonna go ahead and finish everything with the 1000 and start masking it up. I'm trying to stay away from getting too high up here with sanding. I only want to come up here to this line with my 1000. That's it. I don't want to have to put too much paint up here because then it's going to leave a paint line. Okay, next I'm going to go over this with some gray Scotch-Brite and then start masking. So as I said in the beginning of the video, this is going to be my point of masking right here, this body line. It goes all across the door. That's the only reason I'm doing this. If this body line didn't go across the whole door, I would not be doing this. I would probably be painting the whole door. Even though, depending on where this area of the door it is, I could technically just do a spot blend where it could be polished out. But I don't like to do that too much on silver, but I can get away with it because of this body line. And I'll show you what I mean. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go above the body line about a 1/4 inch with my 3/4 inch tape. And then I'm gonna put paper, tape everything up and put the car in plastic. And then I'm gonna finish this off with a tape that's rolled back. So that way, when I'm done painting, I pull the tape off and it doesn't leave no edge. And if it has like a minimal edge, it could be polished out. This is what you want it to look like in case you do a spot repair like this. And what I have here is my tape is just above that body line where I'm gonna put a tape that has a soft edge. It's gonna be a flip tape that I use from a machine called the Edger that will give me a nice soft edge going across here when I paint it. And I'm gonna cover the rest of the car in plastic and cut this whole section out of the plastic and start my process. So what this little tube does is when you pull it, when it comes out through the other end, it comes out with the tape already flipped around. Now I have a video on that tool. Well, it doesn't cover the whole tool, but it's on tools that every paint shop should have. And I cover that tool in that video and also the tape machine. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll link that right here. See what that does is that allows me to tape up right on that body line that we were talking about without putting a hard line on it, because this tape is not really a hard line. It's flipped around and it's gonna leave me a soft edge all across. Now I'm gonna keep my spot primer right in the spot where I fixed the dent. That's beautiful. Okay, what I got here is my wet bed that I'm gonna put down before I start putting any base coat down, because this is a very metallic color. I wanna make sure that the blend comes out nice and smooth. And if you guys need help with any of that, I have a video on that. I will pull right here for you guys to check it out. Okay, now that my wet bed's down, I'm gonna put some base coat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep the base coat as low as possible within that area that I put the primer, and just try to softly blend it as best as I can without trying to go too high up with the base coat so that it doesn't leave a base coat line, which is what you don't want when you're doing a spot repair like this. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be applying my base, and while I'm applying my base, I'm going to be blow drying it with my gun. So quick tip real quick, when doing something like this, try not to depress your gun's trigger all the way down. Try to apply the paint lightly as you can by pressing on the trigger just enough so that you can get just enough paint coming out of the gun to cover this a little bit at a time. You don't want a lot of paint going on this fast just to get it done. You want a little bit of paint at a time because you don't want to overly put paint on there and then get an edge of paint where it was taped up. That would cause a bad spot repair. You don't want that. Keep the gun trigger depressed very low so that you only get a minimal amount of material coming out of the gun at a time. That way you don't put too much base coat on there and it won't look good. And this will also help you blending it out as well. If you just use a little bit of material at a time, it'll blend out a little bit softer as well. This is what you want, okay? So I'm basically barely putting on the trigger just to get enough material so I can blend it out and cover it. Okay, so I left this drying for like 5 minutes with the booth on to let it dry real good. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and nib it a little bit because the spot primer that I put on it left a little bit of a roughness to it that I didn't like. So I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of 1000 grit paper and smoothen it out a little bit and finish my base coat. I'm gonna hit it with the base coat, but you gotta make sure you cover those scratches if you end up having to sand it a little bit. Now, I move a little bit further with my blend just to make sure my blend is soft. I don't want it to be obvious that it was painted and blended. So I just softly blended it out and moved a little bit forward with my blend and try to keep it as low as possible away from the tape line so we won't get a hard tape line with the base coat. We just want some clear up there in that area in case it has to be polished by any reason whatsoever. I'm gonna tack it off one more time before I clear coat, then clear coat. That looks good to me. Right after you finish clear coating, you absolutely have to remove the tape that is rolled up to make sure when it dries it doesn't leave a hard edge. That looks good. Oh, that looks nice, man. Look at that, guys. See? See what I mean about this nice edge? You can't even tell that I taped it up here. Let me see if the camera picks this up. Can you tell? Look. It's nice and soft. There's no hard line across that whole edge. It's very nice and soft. The clear coat looks good. The door looks like I didn't even spot repair it. And that's what you want, guys. You want that to look like it was never fixed. Basically, like what I just did. There's no line across here where I taped up with that flip tape, and it's very nice and smooth on the clear end. The dent that was right here is absolutely gone, and it looks good, right? Guys, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I post a new video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Peace.